The red planet Mars had always been a beacon of mystery and wonder. For centuries, scientists and dreamers alike had pondered the possibility of life on its barren surface. The Perseverance rover was humanity's latest and most ambitious attempt to uncover the secrets of this alien world. As the rover touched down in Jezero crater, it was met with a chorus of cheers from Mission Control back on Earth. Dr. Alara Miles, the lead scientist on the project, watched intently as the first images began streaming in. The landscape was desolate, a sea of red dust and jagged rocks. But there were signs, fossilized riverbeds that hinted at a watery past. Days turned into weeks, and Perseverance continued its mission. It collected samples, analyzed the soil, and sent back data that would take years to fully understand. Alara spent countless hours poring over the information, her excitement growing with each new discovery. One evening, as she was reviewing a set of images taken by the rover's high-resolution camera, something caught her eye. A faint, almost imperceptible shadow in one of the photos. She zoomed in and her heart raced. There, partially buried in the Martian soil, was what appeared to be a small, organic structure, something that could only have been formed by living organisms. Alara immediately organized a team to analyze the sample more closely. They worked through the night, running test after test. The results were undeniable. The structure contained traces of organic molecules, carbon-based compounds that suggested the presence of past life on Mars. The news sent shockwaves through the scientific community and beyond. Alara's name became synonymous with one of the greatest discoveries in human history. But as the excitement began to fade, a sense of unease settled over her. The more she studied the sample, the more she noticed something strange about it, something that didn't quite fit. The organic structure was not just a remnant of ancient life. It seemed to be actively changing, evolving in ways that defied explanation. It grew and shifted, almost as if it were alive and aware of its surroundings. Alara couldn't shake the feeling that she was looking at something more than just a fossil. It was a message, a warning from an unknown entity. She confided her fears to her closest colleagues, but they dismissed her concerns, attributing them to the stress and pressure of the discovery. Undeterred, Alara continued her research in secret, determined to uncover the truth. One night, as she was examining the sample under a powerful microscope, the structure suddenly flared to life. It pulsed with an otherworldly energy, and for a brief moment, Alara felt a connection, a presence that seemed to whisper through her mind. "Leave this place," it said, its voice echoing in the depths of her consciousness. "You are not welcome here." Alara stumbled back, her heart pounding. She realized then that they had disturbed something ancient and dangerous, something that had lain dormant for eons. The red planet was not just a dead world. It was a guardian of secrets best left undisturbed. She rushed to the lab to warn her team, but it was too late. The structure had already spread, infecting the air with an invisible, toxic presence. One by one, her colleagues fell ill, their minds consumed by a darkness that seemed to come from another world. Alara knew they had to act quickly. She contacted Mission Control and urged them to shut down all operations on Mars immediately. The rover was ordered to destroy its samples and return to Earth, but the damage had already been done. As Perseverance lifted off from the Martian surface, Alara watched in horror as a cloud of dark energy rose from the ground, following the spacecraft like a shadow. She realized that they had brought something back with them, something that would change the course of human history forever. The red planet had spoken, and its message was clear. Some secrets were better left buried. Alara raced through the corridors of the research facility, her heart pounding as she tried to piece together a plan. The darkness seemed to be spreading faster than she could have imagined. Her colleagues were either incapacitated or had succumbed to the strange influence emanating from the Martian sample. She needed to act quickly. She reached the containment room where the infected samples were stored. The door was sealed, but she knew she had to get inside. Using her security clearance, she bypassed the protocols and entered the room. The air was thick with a palpable energy, and the faint glow of the sample illuminated the dark space. Alara approached the containment unit, her hands trembling as she prepared to initiate the emergency protocol that would destroy the sample. But just as she reached for the control panel, the structure inside the container shifted, its form becoming more defined. It was no longer a mere fragment. It had grown into something resembling a sentient being. Alara, it whispered, its voice echoing in her mind with an eerie familiarity. "You cannot destroy me. I am part of this world now." She froze, her fingers hovering over the buttons. The presence seemed to grow stronger, and she felt a wave of dizziness wash over her. Her vision blurred, and for a moment she saw visions of Mars, vast, ancient cities buried beneath the red dust, civilizations long forgotten. "You have awakened us," the voice continued, "and we will not be silenced again." Alara's resolve hardened. She couldn't let this entity control her. With a surge of determination, she pressed the buttons to initiate the self-destruct sequence. The containment unit began to glow with a blinding light, and the room shook as the process activated. The voice screamed in defiance, but it was too late. The sample disintegrated in a flash of energy, and the darkness that had been spreading through the facility seemed to recede. Alara collapsed to the floor, her body racked with exhaustion. As she lay there, gasping for breath, she realized that this wasn't over. The Red Planet had spoken, and its message was clear. They had disturbed something ancient and dangerous, something that would not be easily silenced. Days passed, and the world learned of the events on Mars through a series of cryptic transmissions from Perseverance before it went silent. Alara's warnings were taken seriously, but the damage had already been done. The infected air samples had made their way back to Earth, carried by the returning spacecraft. The first cases of strange illnesses began appearing in major cities around the world. People reported vivid hallucinations, a sense of being watched, and an overwhelming urge to return to Mars. Governments scrambled to contain the outbreak, but it spread faster than they could control. Alara, now a recluse, continued her research from a remote location. She believed that the only way to stop the entity was to understand its origins fully. She delved deeper into ancient texts and archaeological findings, searching for any clues about the civilization that had once thrived on Mars. One night, as she studied an old Martian artifact, she felt the presence again. This time it was different, less hostile, almost pleading. "Alara," it whispered, "you must listen. We are not your enemies. We were guardians of this world, protectors of knowledge that could change everything. But we were betrayed and our civilization fell into darkness. Now we seek redemption." Alara was torn. Could she trust this entity? Was there a chance to find a way to coexist with it, to learn from its ancient wisdom? She decided to take the risk. Using her knowledge of Martian symbols, she began a dialogue with the entity, hoping to uncover the truth and find a path forward. The journey ahead was uncertain, but Alara knew that the fate of both worlds might depend on her decision. As the world grappled with the aftermath of the Mars mission, Alara's research became a beacon of hope in the darkness. She continued to explore the ancient knowledge, seeking a way to balance the old and the new, to ensure that the lessons of the past would not be forgotten, and that the future could be shaped by understanding and cooperation. And so the story of Mars and Earth intertwined, a tale of awakening, redemption, and the eternal quest for knowledge.